The August, hands down, is one of the most difficult months to actually garden. Not only are you kind of tired of the whole gardening process, but number two is that you have three major threats that only exist in August and don't really exist outside of that. So today's video, we're going to look at what those threats are and how you can prevent or act against them to ensure that your garden continues and finishes off strong rather than you pulling your hair out because everything seems like it's dying. Number one is going to be your temperature. June is cold. July is moderately warm, but August can be scorching hot at times, unless you're in Saskatchewan where your fingers are freezing on August 3rd or something like that. But I digress. Say you don't live in Saskatchewan and you live outside of that. August generally is warm. And with this warmth comes a number of different issues. You end up with plants that just aren't performing anywhere close to where they should be. Now, the solution to this, I'm sure you guys are all very aware of. You can choose to use something like shade cloth, which would require some infrastructure. But the less obvious thing, and the one thing that you don't want to utilize, would be cold water straight from the tap. This differential in temperature we end up with when we shock the system with cold tap water, whether it's the upper foliage or the soil itself, can kind of stunt or cause the plant some confusion. Combine that with the fact that if the plant is already under a high level of heat stress, the plant will kind of stop growing and its utilization or its need for actual physical water decreases immensely. That is a fact. Oh my gosh, look at the size of these bumblebees. They are so chubby and cute. Why? Why are they so adorable? Tubby tonguesters. They're doing the good fight this year because I have a lot of, he's trying to get in the same flower as the other one and it's not enough room. My gosh, they're so cute. Why are you so cute? I'm, in fact, not a plant, I'll tell you that much. Anyways, we don't want to shock the system with cold water, but we also don't want to give the plant too much water, particularly when it's under stress and probably not utilizing it all. However, we don't want to stress the plant out more by not giving it any water. And so therefore, this is where mulch becomes really important. And if you haven't applied mulch lately, you may want to go in again with an application of mulch. The reason being, in my opinion, is kind of obvious. The mulch you applied, depending on how thin it was or what kind it was, may have degraded in some cases. You also applying a fresh new layer of mulch will help with water retention and also will cool that soil, which will cool those roots, which will cool the plant, all of which is incredibly helpful. Now, that's probably the most boring one out of the three major issues you end up with in August. The second major issue you end up with in August is actually the pests. By pests, I don't necessarily just mean bugs. I also mean and mainly mean disease. Now, this disease doesn't come because you didn't do the right things. The disease comes because of environmental factors. You have cooler nights comboed with longer dew points. And by longer, I mean just dew that sticks around for longer and more dew points because dew points tend to happen more often later in the season. And the longer those dew points stick around, the more likely you are to end up with disease, and in particular, bacterial and fungal diseases, such as powdery mildew, downy mildew, early blights, you name it. Now, you can't change the dew point. That's not possible. It is temperature, dew point temp, combined with nighttime temp. There's nothing you're doing about that. But what you can do is interrupt the fungal or the bacterial life, if you will. And in turn, you're not getting total sterilization by any stretch of the imagination. But what you are ending up with is a decrease of some sort. And this can be enough to limp the plant through to the end of the season, not necessarily, annihilate it altogether. Now, I did a video specific to powdery mildew, so go check that out if you want to learn more. In it, I discussed about sulfur dusting, potassium bicarbonate, that sort of thing to help prevent against powdery mildew. Milk is another one that I discussed in that as well. But one thing you can use for almost any sort of infection, regardless of what it is copper. So this is from Canadian Tire. I'm relatively certain you could get this on Amazon. It's just Dr. Doom fungicide concentrate. And it is copper. It's 1.8% made in Canada. Cool. Anyways, copper in a spray form is a brilliant way to actually get that micronutrient into the plant. Oddly enough, it is taken up very readily through the leaves. We call it a foliar spray, but it also interrupts the fungal world. So therefore, if you have any sort of a problem fungal wise, so rust, powdery mildew, blights, that sort of thing, you can use this and it works fabulously. You want to apply it before you start seeing issues. And the time you know to apply it is when your dew point is high. And that happens like clockwork in August. The next problem you're going to have is actually this kind of stop. And the stoppage is in growth. So you will notice that things like tomatoes, peppers, squash almost stop growing in size. And the reason for this has to do with those cooler nights that are beginning to show up. You've got really warm days and then really cool nights. And the result of this is kind of like a stoppage in growth. Now, unfortunately, there's not much you can do to kind of prevent this or stop this again, unless you're going to somehow start covering massive tomato plants, which just is not a reality. But what you can do is actually refocus that energy. So it is time to start looking at whether or not all your flowers are going to turn out to be actual fruits. If they're not, you may want to remove them. I would say 2-ish weeks from now is a good time to start assessing that and removing those flowers. You may choose to top your plants so that they mature what is on those stems faster and stop focusing on upwards growth. If you have the means in which to actually shelter your plant, then please do that and keep it warm at night, because that's going to help avoid that stoppage that we tend to get as those temperatures dip down low. Now, if you want to learn more on how to actually control cabbage moths, one of the nemesis of August, then check out this video right here. And that is what Google says you should watch next. I will talk to you guys next time.